All right, welcome back here. This is step number 2, setting goals and making commitments. This is an extremely important goal, as they all are, but one of the reasons I truly like this step, is because your plan is going to be tailored and specific to you. You know, you have a different schedule than I have. You have different commitments, different obligations, different family, children, spouse, this, that. So each person's plan should be tailored and customized to their personal situation. But why else is this step so important? Well, Seneca really captured it perfectly in this quote. And he says, "Our plans miscarry because they have no aim. When a man does not know what harbor he is making for, no wind is the right wind." And if somebody doesn't know where they're going, how are they ever going to get there? Better yet, if you don't know where you're going, you're probably going to get there, which is really nowhere. So it's important to have clarity on where you're going. Now, maybe you've been a goal-setting animal for years, and if so, you're going to love this business model. Maybe you have not set a lot of goals in your life, and this is going to be pretty new to you. So in any event, we're here to help you either way. I want to break down to you, I actually hired a consultant years ago for a leadership program, and one of the small segments of this 12-week program was about goal setting. And I'm going to walk you through just 3 brief parts here as you go into setting goals and making commitments for yourself that are really important. But the first one is the 6 components of goal setting. Then we're going to talk about the 4 different types of goals, and then an acronym called Why Smart. Now, you maybe have heard of SMART goals, and some people actually say, oh, no, don't worry about SMART goals. But Why Smart is a pretty significant way to look at goal setting. So jumping right into this thing, here's the 6 components of goal setting. I'm not going to go deep into all these. I'm just going to give you a brief overview. But first and foremost is list your dreams, right? Get a piece of paper out, get a spreadsheet out, and type out everything that you've ever wanted in life. A car, a house, a trip, a vacation, a this. I want to take my dad and my 2 brother-in-laws and whoever else to Ireland for 2 weeks for a golf outing or a golf trip, or maybe for a week. I want to do so many things I listed down on paper, and I had about 15 or 20 huge life goals, and then they asked me to put next to that the cost. You know, what would be the total cost? And I had about $5 million worth of goals that were there, and I had to put down next to that, when did I want that goal to come to fruition, you know, to be a reality? So I had to put a date next to it, which was pretty cool. So list your dreams, kind of come up with what they call your dream inventory. And when you come up with this list, operate as if everything that you put on this list is going to become reality, going to become true. So don't hold back at all. You know, let the inner kid out in yourself, the child side of yourself. Just play with that one. Then also conduct a personal self-evaluation. You know, what are the areas in your life that you struggle with? Are you late for things? Are you constantly, you know, doing things in the 11th hour? Are you sloppy? Are you, I don't know. But do some personal evaluation, both the positive things that you do and some things that you could actually use some help on and work on. Then develop some goal categories for yourself. Then create goal statements. So after you come up with a goal, make a statement about it. Then develop a specific action step or steps to making sure that that plan comes to fruition. And I'll go through, again, in a different training, some tools that I've used that have been extremely helpful. And then also prioritize your goals and your action steps so you know exactly what to work on first. Then also we're going to go right into the fact that there's 4 different types of goals. You have tangible goals. Then you have intangible goals. You know, one you can actually feel and touch and smell and so on. And then some of the things are more emotions, feelings, thoughts, and those are also goals or behaviors or you know, reactions that you may get. So then you also have long-range goals and short-range goals. Now, this varies even by culture and by societies, or different civilizations, I should say. But some cultures think that short-range is your lifetime, and long-range is your children's or your great-grandchildren's lifetime. And some of us look at long-term as 3 years. And some people look at short-term as 90 days or a month or a day or a week. So whatever it is for you, there are tangible goals, there's intangible goals, there's long-range goals, and there's short-range goals. Just important information to know. Now, here's the acronym that we talked about before, and then we're going to get right into your Viridian goals specifically. So The key criteria for effective goal setting is that they should be why smart. They need to be written. Actually, I shouldn't say that they should be why smart. They need to be why smart goals in order for them to be considered effective goals. Otherwise, it's kind of like more of a dream. To say, I want to go on a vacation. Well, maybe it's not written, it's not specific, it's not measurable, it's not time-bound. I want to go to Costa Rica in February of 2014. Wow, that's a different goal than saying I want to go on vacation. So your goals should be written. They should be harmonious with your values and your core beliefs. They should be yours. They shouldn't be anybody else's goals for you. That's called a quota, back to a job. This is not a job. This is your business. They should be specific. They should be measurable. They should be attainable. They should be realistically high. And they should have a time bound, a target date. Now, I've heard some gurus out there in the professional development space say, attainable and realistically high are worthless. Just take the cap off, and why limit yourself to something that's realistic? Think completely out of the box. And I agree with that on a lot of levels. But when you're coming up with certain goals, like your Viridian goals early on, this is a perfect acronym to follow. So back to your Viridian goals now, to wrap it all up. You will enroll 2 electric and gas customers by when? You will enroll 4 electric and gas customers by what date? You're going to enroll 8 electric and gas or 16 electric and gas customers by what date? Also, what is your desired income goal for Viridian? Is it $500 a month? Is it $1,500 a month? Is it $5,000 a month? And don't come back to me and say, well, it's going to change. It's going to be small now and then bigger then, whatever. But just write down now, what is your desired goal? Forget realistic for a second. Do you want to make $5,000 a month? And if so, we can help you formulate a plan, to do that. Maybe your goal is only to make $500 a month, but maybe your goal is to make $50,000 a month. Okay, and all those numbers are possible. They're already happening here within Viridian. So don't think with limitations here, but just jot down what your desires are. And then also, what's the average time that you're going to commit each week in terms of hours to growing your business? And how many times are you going to show the program? I should say program versus plan, but how many times are you going to show the program per week? Is it 3 times, 5 times? And then lastly, I want you to write down, why is it important that you achieve these goals? What's going to change for you if you actually hit these goals? Is debt going to be paid off? Are you going to have a feeling of gratification and satisfaction? Are you going to pay for college education or for a car? Or I don't know, but jot down, why is it important to you that you achieve those goals? This is actually a copy of 2 of the pages in your DUPLIC8 system that you've gotten from corporate. And if you go to your DUPLIC8 booklet, pages 6, 7, 8, and 9 give you the worksheets to follow for exactly what we're talking about here. So you actually have worksheets to accompany you in your goal setting here. And then the last part before we wrap up here is, before you embark upon your goals, also come up with some rewards. How are you going to actually reward yourself? Because what you want to do is you want to train your subconscious mind to attach a reward to the work that you've been willing to do and the sacrifices you've been willing to make. And every time you can attach a reward to that, whether it's a trip somewhere or a new jacket or a new bag or a new something, or buying yourself a gift, or maybe it's a massage or a facial or a manicure or pedicure. But put a little goal out there for yourself. Put a reward attached to that goal. And as soon as you hit that goal, you've got to promise yourself you're going to go out there and you're going to reward yourself. Don't hold back on that level either. So anyway, this is step number 2, setting goals and making commitments. Communicate with your upline, the person that brought you into this business, what your goals are, what you're committed to doing. And once you do that, all the wheels are in motion. So onward to your success. I'll see you on video 3.